But then there's a whole lot of like specialty brush that I enjoy. And so the second kind of type is the dry brush. And so that's brushes that are made to dry brush. Now, of course, as I said before, you can use just a bean-up brush. That works fine. It's kind of like what the OGs have been. Like if your dad or your uncle were into like miniature painting, it's what they did. It was back then, that's how you did it. You take your brush that's like beaten off, you cut the tip so that it's flat. You have a dry brush. So that's kind of the basic. These dry brushes, they work better with like real hair. The synthetic ones are always trash. They get destroyed super quickly, so that's really bad because they go through a lot of like wear and tear. Like dry brush is rough on brushes, right? So you can make yourself one, or you can buy some specialty ones. And you can see here, I've got a couple of specialty ones, which are these gentlemen right here. So this one here, this is the Army Painter set. So they sell it in 3 things, and as you can see, they're not mint because I used them. It's not just some fancy review bullshit. I use the stuff that I like, and these ones are great because they're domed, right? This is essentially this is like the makeup brush shape, and that's kind of their main purpose. So it's rough bristles. Like the bristles are really like resistant. They're coarse, I guess. Horse. They're rough, right? They're rigid. I think that's the word. Okay, anyway, so the brush sturdy. The word I was looking for is sturdy. So the hair on it is a lot more sturdy, so they can like withstand the abuse that comes from dry brush, and the dome shape makes really easy to dry brush. Now, in terms of like buying specialty ones, like this set, I think $25 Canadian, but I think I bought it a while ago, and I think I still had the store, so maybe I'm super off on pricing. And I've also seen Artist Opus sell a very similar set, but theirs was even more expensive, and I'm not a big fan of. Like I didn't use it. Full disclosure, I'm just usually not a big fan of Artist Opus products because they're very low grade. That you pay a premium because it says Artist Opus on them. At least that's been my experience with every of their product I've tried. So I have not tried their dry brush, but paying a lot of money for a dry brush is, in my mind, like not a good idea. And in fact, before these were like a thing, like like the Army Painter is a wargaming brand, so to speak. Before that was kind of a thing, you just go to the drugstore, and then you go to the beauty section of the drugstore, and you ask for makeup brushes. Makeup brushes are essentially this, and sometimes you get like softer bristles, but it's the same. So you can go like the Dollar General or the dollar store or whatever they call that in your area. But also like the cosmetic section, like the beauty section of drugstores and pharmacies, usually have those things for not a lot of money, and so they're great because they have the dome shape is really nice. And then the second thing, which is again, this is because I'm an old head a little bit, is the flat head, right? Like this one has seen better days, but usually when you buy it, it's a little bit more flat. But I like these ones a lot. The flat head is in my mind is the best just because I've used this for 15 years before switching to something else. So it's kind of how I learned about this. So I really like these flatheads. I think having access to both is great. But this is kind of the same thing again because you buy an old one and you just cut the tip off and you'd be pretty set with it. So that's kind of the good shape. But this allows you to do large surfaces really quickly. So in terms of dry brushes, this is kind of the usual suspects. So you either have like dome shapes like this, or you have the flat head, or your destroyed brush situation, and that's kind of what you like for dry brushing. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed and found this useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to talk about. I make all of these videos based on the questions from you guys.